away.
Go ahead.
You
Physically
go ahead.
threaten me. Physically threaten me. Go ahead.
I'm not physically threatening. I'm saying please leave.
Go ahead.
Go ahead. What?
Go ahead and physically take me out and push
I
me.
said please. I'm asking you.
This is the place where I sleep.
No. This is my room. This is my house. You need to sleep out there.
You did nothing
You
tonight.
haven't paid rent.
You haven't.
You've done nothing but torture.
I
me
did
for
do it,
weeks.
and I paid.
Please leave. Please. Sylvia, please leave.
I paid
to save everybody's
your
stress.
rent so that I
Save
could
your
go
guests.
to the credit card.
Save your guests.
You think
a
you
problem.
haven't paid?
I don't
haven't paid.
think no. I paid
Really?
everything I need to pay.
No, until this month. That's why.
Fine. Just can you sleep
I paid.
outside?
No.
I don't need to sleep.
They force me. They force me.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
wanna force
I already paid rent. Force me out. Force me out.
Listen, you're screaming.
Force
you're
me
carrying
out.
on.
Force me
Hey.
out. You piece of shit. Nothing to do but threaten instead of
I'm
sleeping.
not threatening you. I'm telling you.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I want to sleep here. That's all.
I don't want you here.
Go ahead. Threaten me.
I don't want to threaten you. I want you out. Please leave. Sylvia, please, you can sleep in the couch. Just leave. I want my peace. I want life without you. Please.
I'll sleep next in the floor.
I don't even want you in the room. Just leave. Just leave. It's enough. You've done enough.
Go ahead.
Done.
Do it. Do it.
Do what? You already have done it.
Do it.
You've done enough. It's enough. Okay? I picked you up. I let you go. I did everything you asked, and all you do are derogatory and nasty. I don't like you. Off. Leave.
Do it.
Please.
Do it.
Do what?
Do it.
You need
Basically, throw me out of here because you can't stand me being on your bed.
I just need you to just walk out of the room. I'm not trying to throw you out of the house. Just leave me alone. You said I was good if I didn't need you. I need a break from you. I don't want you here. Please, I need a break from you. Please leave.
How long?
As long as it takes. As long as you need to leave.
Go ahead. Then throw me physically out of here. Go ahead. Do it.
Why? So you can threaten me some more?
Yep. So
No,
you can feel
Sylvia,
you're so superior.
I don't think I'm superior. I think I want you out of my room. So leave.
Do it.
Please leave.
Do it.
I don't want to do it.
Do it.
You need to do it. You need to leave. You're too angry. You're too up. You're too pissed off.
I want to sleep, and I'm
No,
probably
sleep outside.
sleeping, and he's still gonna threaten me and
Sylvia,
physically. Yeah,
please
yeah, here he is. There he is.
Please leave.
And he's gonna threaten me,
Yes,
and he's gonna physically.
please leave.
He's gonna physically violate me because I'm literally sleeping.
You're literally in my bed, in my room, and in my house. Please leave. Because technically I could shoot your if you keep
Go
doing
ahead,
this.
do it. Shoot my
Leave.
shoot my Go ahead. Beat me up and shoot me.
Save your
Shoot me up.
Listen.
Shoot me up.
Save your
and-
guest's problems. Your guest doesn't want to see this. I don't want to show it to her. Please just go. Save her the stress.
If you shoot me, it'll be a favor.
I don't want to shoot you. I want
If
you
he
to
shoots
leave.
me, it'll be a favor because living with him is a nightmare. Go ahead, shoot me.
If it's a nightmare,
Shoot me.
leave.
Shoot me. Shoot me.
Just leave.
You say you're gonna shoot me? Shoot me.
I
shoot
said
me.
I could.
No, shoot me. Shoot
Hey,
me.
you're
I'm
violating
not
my
leaving here
rights.
until you shoot me.
No.
Shoot me. Shoot me.
You're
Or
afraid.
physically, he's gonna physically drag me because he's so insecure. He's gonna do that. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're insecure.
And by the way, sending this.
All right, shalom, shalom, shalom. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, which is to say in the Paleo-Hebrew, Yahweh, which is the name of our Heavenly Father, meaning He is, and that is who the world ignorantly calls God, Bahashim, which means in the name, Yahweh Shai, which means He is our salvation. And that is who the world also ignorantly calls Jesus, a so-called black man, who, by the way, only came for the Israelites, which brings us to our discussion /topic this early morning, okay, is you saw a spat between two Northern Kingdom, man and female, presumably from the Northern Kingdom tribes of Ephraim, arguing, or should I say, the man was trying to reason with his younger girlfriend that he didn't want her in his room at his house anymore. And she wouldn't go or leave because she felt like she didn't want to. All right. As the description said in the box, her and her friend had went out to a bar, and I guess they came home, and I guess her friend was in the living room and she was in his room, and he was asking her to leave because who knows, maybe she went out one too many times and he had enough, all right, of her shenanigans, and he asked her to leave and she didn't want to leave, okay? But see, that's the thing with Satan. When you allow Satan to introduce himself into your peace, he's not going to leave willingly, all right? Now, the word Satan just means adversary, all right? And for the most part, 99.9% of the women that we come across are our adversaries, okay? Because they're not in it for our interest, they're in it for theirs, all right? They're in it for their best interests, okay? Whether it's you got a place to stay, whether it's whatever, all right? They want to interrupt your sanction, your peace. So you have to guard your peace, okay? And don't let Satan interrupt that. Don't introduce Satan into your inner sanctuary, all right? Because these women, that's all they are, all right? And the Bible calls them what? Bitches. And we're going to get it, all right? The Bible calls them bitches. Even Yahweh Shai called the woman a bitch, okay? So, brothers, guard your peace, guard your inner sanctuary. Don't let Satan, disguised as these women, come into your life without heavily vetting them, okay? Don't just introduce them into your most innermost sanctioned place, your house where you sleep at and everything else, unless you did some real vetting, okay? I know you want to get yours, you want to get your nut and everything, but you got to be careful because once they come into your most sacred place, your inner sanctuary, they normally don't want to leave, okay? They normally don't want to leave on their own, all right? They have to be forced out. Something has to happen, okay? They never willingly just up and leave on their own. They're not built like that, all right? They're not built like that, okay? Especially in this day and age. This modern day woman, she feels entitled as if everything belongs to her, okay? That's why you have to set the boundaries beforehand. And once again, heavily vet these women because they have demons on them, okay? And you allow that to come into your house and your most inner sanctuary, guess what? Something like this is going to happen, all right? Now, as we've seen in the comments, this is an incident that took place in 2019 where, if I'm not mistaken, the allegations was that this guy, he ended her existence on earth by the way of, putting a 12-inch metal piece of object inside of her, if you get what I'm saying. And that stopped her life here on earth, okay? And that's sad to, come to the realization that that's the only way that he was able to get that brief moment of peace when he constantly asked her to leave. Numerous times. But see, Satan had already made a bed in his house, laid on his bed, and, told him that he was pretty much insecure of his manness, his manhood, so on and so forth. All right. So don't let Satan come inside your innermost sanction and disrupt your peace. All right. Because most of these women are nothing but bitches. All right. And we're going to get that in the Bible. So this is Amos 7 and 10. It says, then she that is my enemy. These women, they work for Satan for the most part. All right. 99.999% of the women that you come across in your everyday walk of life work for Satan, are under the influence of Satan. And that's really a reflection on you. Because the Bible says, as we're going to read it, a wicked woman is given to a wicked man. See? And we were all at one point in time wicked. So we have no real say-so in the matter, because why? We were all wicked at one point. See? But we throw and bow our knees to the Most High, that he shows us mercy. And if we do decide, or if he does give us a woman, that he gives us a woman that we can deal with, okay? That we can bear, all right? See, that's why it's not good to be taking on multiple women, especially in these days, man. Just wait for all hell to collapse if you're going to get multiple women. Because if you get multiple women, that's multiple headaches, okay? You see how bad one is. Multiply that times 2 and 3. You'll lose your mind, man. See? And they don't have no fear, because why? They have the law on their side, all right? Or they got a deranged brother or somebody that's going to stick up for them, okay? That don't want to hear reason. Here it is, this man, this is his house. He should have the authority to tell her to leave. You know, she should respect his wishes and leave and just come back or go find somewhere else to sleep. But she don't respect him, and he can't do anything about it, because why? She has the law on her side. That's more than likely going to show up and side with her. Or she has some crazy, deranged male figure, whether it's a dad, a brother, or uncle, or cousin, whatever, that ain't going to be reasoning. And then when all hell breaks loose, you looked at as the bad guy, okay? So these are just examples on just to know exactly what to get, or what you getting involved with when you work for the enemy, okay? Not when you work for the enemy, but when you're sleeping with the enemy, okay? As we're reading, Micah 7 and 10, it says, then she that is my enemy, okay? So you got to be very careful who you sleeping with and understanding, because why? You're sleeping with Satan, okay? You're sleeping with Satan, all right? I cannot emphasize that enough. Satan just goes into the word adversary, okay? Our women on this side, they are our enemies. They are our adversaries. It's going to take something major to snap them out of it, okay? And that's coming up very shortly, all right? Something major is getting ready. Something major is in the works. As the last video that was put up says, something major is in the works. And when that happens, it's going to snap these women back to reality, back to reality. But now they're under the auspices of who? The Prince of Darkness, Satan, man. All right? That's their daddy, man. That's why the majority of them are nothing but bitches. And we're going to show you that in the Bible. Give me 1 second. So it says, then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which saith unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? See? And that's just their attitude, their mindset that they have. Where's your God at? Oh, you insecure. You don't want me to sleep here? Why? You got a problem with me sleeping here? Yeah. I want to protect my peace. And right now, you're intruding on that. See? But you can't do anything because you allow Satan to come into your house. And now he doesn't want to leave. Okay? He done made himself at home in your most innermost, sacred place where you get your peace at, where you lay your head at. It says, and shame shall cover her, which saith unto me, where is Yahweh thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mirror of the street. See? So something major is in the works that's going to snap her out of it's going to snap her back into reality. And either they're going to get on board, or guess what? They're going to get trotted down as mirror in the streets, as mirror of the streets. Okay? They're going to see that they need to be what? Shamefaced and shut the hell up and take instructions and orders and don't talk back. Because in that day, it ain't going to be no compromising. Either you do what we tell you to do, or you get your paperwork, your paperwork, and you get to stepping, man. We ain't gonna be sitting here and begging you and asking you. No, in that day when ain't no protection, when you ain't got 911 to call, when you ain't got your brother, your dad, or whoever else to sit up here and protect you, and you can't call them over there, hey, we ain't gonna have that. Because why? Either you gonna do what we do, or either you gonna do what we say to do, or you gonna get your walking papers and you gonna get the hell on, man. We ain't gonna have you up here causing us to, run insane and causing us to be out of character. All right? You don't want to listen to what we have to say. You don't want to, be under our tutelage and our protection and leave. All right? Go on about your business. All right? But until that day, continually to heavily vet these women, even if you in a relationship, still vet them. All right? Because, hey, you sleeping with the enemy, okay? Can't express that enough. You're sleeping with Satan. You're sleeping with the enemy, the adversary. All right? Because she don't have no intentions on what? Being your pillar of rest. Okay? She's only in it because in some way, shape, or form, you being around her benefits her. Whether it's somewhere for her to lay her head at night, whether it's because you simping, whether because it's whatever, whether it's because she wanted to get quote unquote married and she's in her late 20s, early 30s, mid 30s, or early 40s, she see you as a convenience for her to have that marriage that she always wanted. Be mindful. It's something that she's not telling you that what she's using you for. Okay? So just know that when you go into these relationships, man, all right, you going into these relationships with harlots at that. Meaning for the most part, every woman that you talk to has already been slept with. Okay? So by that meaning alone, she's not wifey material. Okay? How can you marry someone that's already been penetrated? All right? Now there is exception to the rules. For instance, if she's a widow, okay, but that's something totally different. But for the most part, these damn bitches that we come across, and they are bitches, as we're going to get into it next, they've been slept with, they've been slept and ran through, and they're whores, man. Okay? They're nothing but whores, all right? So if you so choose to move accordingly, just know these things, all right? Protect your peace, man. All right? But understand, we deserve it because why? We were at one point in time wicked. So a wicked woman is given to a portion towards a wicked man. So that's why we pray to the Lord that if he does put a woman in our path, that she be a virtuous or righteous woman. All right. But see, for the most part, we ain't going to get them on this side. All right. It's going to take something major to happen for them to snap out of what type of spell that they under by Esau Edom. So let's get this in the GNT. And let's read Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 26 and 25. And we're going to read it in the GNT, which is the Good News Translation. This is Ecclesiasticus chapter 26 and 25. It says, a self-willed woman is a bitch. Okay? These are, for the most part, the women that we come in contact with. Self-will. They're never going to listen to what you say. They're never going to see you as being above them. As she said, okay, you want me to leave because you're the superior? You damn right. See, but a self-willed woman is what? It says a bitch. Okay? Just know this, okay? If your temperament isn't up to par to deal with a bitch or whore or harlot or Satan, hey, it might not be in your best interest to pursue a long-term relationship. That especially you're going to be sleeping with the enemy. Just wait for the Lord or pray to the Lord that if it be found that you show mercy upon me to send me a woman my way that isn't a bitch or a whore or working for Satan. Okay? And if it's in your cards, he'll send you one. If you've been doing what's required and asked of you. Now, if you haven't, don't expect him to send you a virtuous or righteous woman. Expect to continue to deal with these whores, harlots, bitches, and under the orders of Satan. So let's read this again. This is Ecclesiasticus or Sirach 26, chapter 26, verse 25 in the G&T. That's another version of the Bible. It says, a self-willed woman is a bitch, but a woman with a sense of decency honors the Lord. And how does she honor the Lord? By honoring her husband. Okay? But see, these women, they don't honor their husbands because they're whores, they're harlots, all right? Their husband is not someone that they go down to the court and get a piece of paper and now it says you're married, man and wife, husband and wife. No, your husband is the first guy that you lay down and open up your legs and allow him to penetrate you and bust your Heimlich. That's your husband according to the Holy Bible, okay? Now we understand most of the women that we deal with, they've been ran through, okay? They're no longer virgins by the time we get to them, all right? They're used goods, okay? And we understand that because why? We're in Babylon the Great, the land of our captivity, all right? But see, there's still a certain decor that you should expect as a man of the Lord that the women that you deal with has to abide by, okay? If you're going to deal with them on that level. Now, if you're going to deal on them for what they are, there's no need to set the perimeters, okay? Because what? They're going to do whatever the hell they want, man. But just be warned that you know exactly what you bought, all right? Or what you getting involved in, okay? So it says, the second part of Ecclesiastes 26:25, it says, but a woman with a sense of decency honors the Lord, all right? Now let's go to the book of Ecclesiasticus 26 in the KJV, and let's read verse 1. This is the chapter that we pulled, verse 25, and then we'll read it in this version as well. So this is Ecclesiasticus 26 and verse 1. It reads, blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. See? This is why Jake get locked up. This is why Jake fall off the face of the earth. Because he ain't dealing with virtuous women anymore. All right? He dealing with the bottom feeders, man. Okay? Especially, speaking on the Southern Kingdom woman. But this woman right here was a Northern Kingdom woman. A so-called Puerto Rican. Or one of the tribes of the Northern Kingdom. All right? You expect that type of behavior from Eve from the Southern Kingdom, particularly the so-called black woman, okay? But no, in this case, you got Eve from the Northern Kingdom, okay? So you would get no peace at all in Babylon the Great, man, all right? Guard your peace at all time as much as you can, Lord willing, Abaratazah, all right? Because now this dude is probably locked up behind bars, man. All because he wanted her to leave out of his house and he couldn't adjust to the situation and just take off because of why? She was attacking his manhood. All right? I pay rent. This is my house. This is my bed, but yet you won't leave. At that time and point, you feel compelled to prove your point and not wanting to leave, to the extent that you're not thinking 4-5 steps ahead, because you in the moment that if you react certain type of ways, there's consequences to pay. And this time, more than likely, he's locked up behind bars somewhere, and he ain't going to be out of jail or prison for a long time. All right, because of his actions. Okay. So it says, blessed is the man that have a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be double. Okay. And hey, man, it is a blessing if you can get a virtuous wife. But in all honesty, more than likely, it ain't going to happen on this side. Okay. We're going to have to wait till the great collapse or even more until we enter into the kingdom. All right. But on this side, we gotta work with the best that we can, work with. All right. But just make sure and understand that you know what you're getting involved with when you talking to a woman, especially from the Western Hemisphere, especially out of Babylon the Great. So it says, a good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in portion of them that fear the Lord. So you have to ask yourself, if you fear the Lord, do you call on the right names? Or do you call on Jesus and Christ and God? Do you try to keep the commandments to the best of your ability? Or do you just do whatever you feel like you do or want to do? All right? These are all things you must examine yourselves, as the scripture says, 2 Corinthians 13:5. Examine yourself whether or not you be in the faith. All right? Because you can't ask the Lord for something when you're not doing what's asked of you. All right? Because he's going to give you your portion of what you require or what you deserve. You do wicked, you deserve a wicked woman. If you do right by Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, you deserve a virtuous, righteous woman. All right? So it says, verse, where we at? Verse 3, a good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord. Okay? Now let's go down to verse 7. I want to see if I want to read 6 first. Yeah, let's go down to verse 7. It says, an evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. So you can't get no peace with a yoke that is shaken to and fro, man. You can't get no sleep. All right? You can't turn. You can't stretch. That yoke is everywhere. It's shaking. All right? It's around your neck. She just nagging and just, damn. You can't get no break. You want to go out there and sit in your car before you go inside the house to get your thoughts together and, just to say, damn, man, here we go. She come outside the house. Why you sitting in the car? Why you don't want to come in the house when you get off of work? See? You can't get no peace, man. Why? Because you damn wicked. See? You wicked. And the Lord done gave you a portion of a wicked man. All right? So now you got to deal with it. Okay? But you got to pray to the Lord that he can, if you repent, bring you through it. Okay? So it says, an evil wife is a yoke shaken to and fro. He that have hold of her is as though he held a scorpion. And a scorpion, they got poison in their tail, man. She gonna sting you with her words every day, every night. As we seen in the video, to the point where if you ain't rooted and grounded, it's gonna shake you. It's gonna start to affect you. All right? You gonna react. You gonna do something. Okay? And if it ain't in accordance with what the law of the land is, guess what? Hey, they got officers that don't bear the sword in vain. They're gonna come pick your ass up, take you in, lock you up, and throw away the keys. All right, for the most part, and give you a pretty good lengthy sentence. It says, Ecclesiasticus 26, we just jumping around. It says, Ecclesiasticus 26 and 14, a silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. Right. And these women that trying to be or claim to be wives, they're not a real pillar of rest. They don't understand what the word silence and just listen means. So let's read it again. Ecclesiasticus 26 and 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord. And there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. How many of these women are going to actually listen to what you tell them to do? If it isn't in accordance to what they want, they're not going to listen to what you got to say. They'll tell you, oh, I want a man to take me out on a date. And then you'll tell them, let's go here. Let's just say, let's go to the park. Let's have a walk in the park. Nah, I got something else to do. Nah, I don't want to do that. See? But if you say, let's go to this 5-star cuisine, restaurant, hotel, whatever, they're going to jump on that. See? Because it's in accordance to what they want to do, not what you want to do. See? So that's why it says, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed. See? One that listens and takes your instructions. I ain't gonna follow after no man that I don't know. That's what they quick to run to. I ain't gonna listen to you. I ain't gonna listen to no man that I don't know. Then why even put yourself in the predicament to try to get to know someone? Okay? See, this damn society, kingdom that we are in, and this rulership that we are under by Esau, Edom, has screwed and effed up everything, man. All right? That's why you brothers that ain't dealing with women, just hold out a little bit longer, okay? Because Isaiah 4 and 1 is right around the corner. All right? They're going to be salivating and clamoring for the opportunity just to have a man next to them, yet alone go outside, okay? Because in that day, it's going to be dangerous to be outside by yourself, especially if you're a woman. See? So we ain't got too much longer, okay? Lord willing, Abaratasar. And they're going to be taking and following your instructions in that day. Or guess what? They're going to have to find protection for themselves, okay? What are they going to do? Huddle up and get an all-woman warrior, Xena warrior princess clan together? Oh, this is women power. Yeah, let somebody come up against 20 women, in a house somewhere, up in a house somewhere, stored up, trying to, protect themselves. That's going to be like coming across a loaf of bread in that day. 20 women, I got all of them by myself, and they're going to think they're going to protect themselves. One man could take down 20 women, okay? So you can imagine how it's going to be in that time. So it says, a shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace. Good luck on finding a shamefaced woman. Because for the most part, these women will look you dead in your eyes, man. No respect whatsoever. They think that they own equal playing fields, that they can look a man dead in his eyes and don't feel no type of way. Because that's what this kingdom has done. It set them up to the point where they see themselves as being equal towards a man, that they're on the same playing field. Well, the Lord got a funny way of setting things back upside right, which is getting ready to take place, man. I ain't dealing with no women, me myself, that got the audacity or the nerve to look me dead in my eye, man. Show some damn respect, okay? Or fight or defend for yourself. And that's what that's the mentality, the mindset I'm gonna have when all hell breaks loose. If I so choosily, decide to deal with a woman or women. Because you brothers, you can have more than one woman if you have the needs and the means to take care of them. All right? So let's read that again. It's Ecclesiasticus, or the book of Sirach 26 and verse 15. It says, a shame face. Good luck on finding a shame face. And faithful, and especially a faithful, with all these avenues that these women have, social media, jobs, traveling. They can sleep around with so many different men. They got all these different avenues. I'm going on a trip to Africa, or I'm going on a cruise, or I'm going on a plane ride, or I'm going on this, to sample the cultures of other, nationalities. Yeah. And what goes along with sampling the cultures is having sex with other men. Are they on social media, Instagram, what else? Just you name it. OnlyFans, or they at work, I'm a career-driven woman, I'm a nurse, and she getting her back blown out in patient room, 136, okay? So it ain't really worth the headache, to deal with these women on that type of level, man. Deal with the level that they present themselves to you as harlots, man. They've already been busted wide open. They already been busted open, man. What the fuck you gonna do? Come behind somebody that already done busted open? She done had 4 or 5 different damn, dicks, and now you want to be the one to come in and wife her up, man. Nah, man. She's a damn whore. She's a harlot. She's a bitch. She's under the orders of Satan. Just get yours and keep it moving, man. Don't have that falling in love spirit either, man. All right? It says, a shamefaced and faithful woman is a double grace. See? Good luck on finding that. Okay? You really got to be on your P's and Q's with Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai. For him to give you a double grace, okay? Not to say that it ain't possible, but hey, we getting close to the end, man. All right? He's about to shut this whole shit down, okay? So how much more the damn women, all right? Micah, what was that? 7 and 10, then she is my enemy, shame should cover her. All right? She getting ready to see it. All right? But see, for the most part, it's going to be too late for a lot of these damn women out here, especially in Babylon the Great, man. They're going to get trotted down as myrrh of the streets, all right? Because, hey, the elect men ain't going to be wanting to deal with fucking Eve, all right? Especially from the southern kingdom, especially the so-called black woman. All right, she going to have to get her mind right all the way over. She going to have to get reprogrammed. And we know that ain't going to happen until she come back into the kingdom in her right mind. For the most part, Eve is through on this side, okay? So it says, a shamefaced and a faithful woman is a double grace, and her continent mind cannot be valued. See? So it speaks volume of a woman that just wants to please you, all right? And sees you as her Lord and understands order, all right? But we deserve everything we get, all right? Because why? We were at one point in time that woman as well. We was that shamefaced woman, in the spirit, all right? That went a whoring after other ideologies and religions, all right? And the Lord could have brushed us off, speaking of the men of Israel, all right? But the elect, man, they repented. They became shamefaced and not shameless. It's like if I said shamefaced when I meant to say we was once that shameless woman. All right, but we repented and became shamefaced. All right? And see, that's why we can ask our women for the same thing. Because why? We're doing it. We're not going to ask you to do something that we can't do. We made the complete 180 and turned around, so we expect you to do the same. All right? If not, kick rocks, okay? Kick rocks. So this is Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 23. It says, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. See? And a lot of these men, they get these wicked women, these shameless women, these bitches, because why? They wicked themselves, man. They don't want to repent. Speaking of the Israelite man this time, he don't want to repent. All right? So he think he doing something because he got a bad bitch. Okay? But little do he know, she fucking somebody else on the job, man. Okay? Or she going out to the bar or the club or whatever and doing something behind his back. And he justifies it or rationalizes it by what? Oh, I can do it too. I can step out and get some too. We swing. We in a polyamorous relationship, whatever you call it. A poly relationship. That shit going off, man. Wife swapping and all that type of shit like that. That's why you end up catching something. Okay? So it says, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man. But it says, a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. That's the other end of the equation. If you do what's right by the Lord, he'll send you a what? Godly woman. A shame-faced woman. All right? This is how you know, man. A bitch come up to you, she ain't got no shame. She look you dead in your eyes. She thinks she on the same level as you. You already know something up. You should know how to act accordingly, man. If she shoot down anything you say that you want to do, hey, act accordingly, man. The Lord gonna give you something that's right for you in due season. Don't be so hasty, to make these damn bitches your wife. Just keep them what they are, man. Something to get your rocks off on, man. If you want to even do that. So it says, a wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man, but a godly woman is given to him that feareth the Lord. Now let's jump down to verse 25, because this is what spawned the lesson for this morning. It says, a shameless. This is what we read in Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 25 in the GNT. It said a self-willed woman is a bitch. But now we're reading it in the KJV, King James Version, and it's saying a shameless. She ain't got no shame. She'll look you dead in your eye, tell you that she want to see you and look at you and she'll make you feel like the damn bitch and have you looking away and looking around when she's supposed to be the one that's looking at the ground. See? But this is ass backwards Babylon, because that's what the word Babel goes into confusion, man. Where the goddamn women see themselves as men and the man has been emasculated to take the role of the goddamn female, the woman, man. It's Babylon the Great, man. That's why it says a man should be more precious than fine gold. That's an elect man. In that day, okay? See? Because all the damn men have been emasculated in fucking Babylon the Great. That's why how you gonna go over to Iran and fight the war with a bunch of feminized goddamn men? Not even men, boys. Okay? But hey, this is what Trump is getting ready to do. Send thousands upon thousands of damn boys over there to go fight a man's war. Okay? Because a lot of them ain't gonna have nowhere to come back. Come back to. A lot of them, that's gonna be their final resting place. But that's for another subject, another topic. All right. As of this topic, what we're saying is that the women have taken the role of the goddamn man and the men of the women. Okay? They ain't shamefaced, they shameless. Look you dead in your eye. Won't think twice about it, because why? They've been risen up to that level. Okay? And it's all because the Lord want him to, because he gonna put what you call, what is it saying? Or you got egg on your face. They gonna have egg on their face in that day. When they out here hooping and hollering for somebody to protect them. Nope. Get used to, hearing screams and all type of shit when you be out and about, when all hell breaks loose, especially these women voices. It's gonna be eerie out here to hear women screaming because they getting manhandled, or they getting put in type of devices like on Saw or Texas Chainsaw or Hostile or whatever these horror movies. And we gonna be in that cold spirit where we just gonna keep it moving. Or you may see a woman get slapped in public. Hell, I seen that already. I go back to years ago when I used to go downtown, man. On a Saturday night, what have you. I seen a damn woman approach a damn dude and he slapped the shit out of her ass, man. And she hit the ground hard and was knocked out, man. And motherfuckers just walking right over her ass, man. And that's what you get. See, you damn women, you wanna put yourself in the role of a man? You wanna be a shameless woman? Well, when you get the desired results that you get, don't be looking around. Okay? Then that's when she wanna scream, damsel. Oh, I'm just a woman. Why you hitting a woman? Well, why you talking to a man? See, that's why you shouldn't even be back and forth with these damn women. Just ignore them, because that's all they looking for is attention. Whether it's positive or negative, they just looking for attention. The best thing you can do is just ignore them. If I could just give anyone any advice, the best thing you can do when dealing with a woman is just ignore her. All right? That's the best thing you can do. All right? She don't know how to deal with not getting attention. She'll take it whether it's negative or whether it's positive. But if you ignore her, she goes crazy, man. Just ignore her and get the hell from around her. If the Lord give you that spirit, So it says, Ecclesiasticus 26:25, a shameless woman shall be counted as a dog. Now in GNT it says a bitch. It says, but she that is shamefaced, not to be confused with shameless, they're two different things, all right? It's good for a woman to be shamefaced, but bad if she is shameless. It says, but she that is a shamefaced will fear the Lord. See? And ultimately, her Lord is who? Her husband. Okay? But hey, these women don't fear. They don't have husbands for the most part. They don't just slept around with so many damn men that they probably can't remember the first damn. Well, they don't never forget who they slept with first. That's something that's embedded in them. Their first, time they get penetrated, because why? They're losing that innocence. Okay, and they're getting their Heimlich broken into, so they never forget their first quote unquote love. All right. So, for the most part, by the time they deal with you, they done slept around with 6 or 7, or hell, I'm being modest. Let me just go out on the deep end and say 60 or 70 different men. All right? And they got all type of demons and spirits on them. All right? So, understand, a shameless woman should be counted as a dog, a bitch, but a shamefaced will fear the Lord, all right? Like I was saying, for the most part, they don't have any lords, because why? Their husbands, they done thought that it was just something they can do the first time and that was it, and now they can just move on to different men and try to fill that void, but it's never going to happen, all right? No matter what they do, they're never going to be able to fill that void, all right? Because why? They are tied to that man that they lost their virginity to, all right? That was supposed to be their Lord, their husband, until death, okay? Until it's over with, all right? But they lose that void, or they lose that connection, and causes a void, because why? They're in Babylon the Great, where it's promoted to be a whore, to sleep around with whoever you want to sleep around with, all right? So that's why we are behind enemy line, okay? Because the damn women that we sleep with, they are our enemies, okay? They are our enemies. And you have to know that when you're dealing with Satan, all right? You have to know that, all right? Because that's who you're dealing with. When you lay down in your bed at night and you roll over and you put your arm over her, just know you dealing with Satan, man. Know that. When you roll over at night and you cuddle her, just know you cuddling up or spooning with Satan, man. All right? Understand that. Don't be deceived. All right? No matter how well she try to tell you that, oh, I'm with you, whatever you, bullshit, man. Oh, you can't believe, you can't say that, brother. Not all, okay, well, fine. Go right ahead. Believe what you want to believe, but you can't say you wasn't warned. All right? You can't say you wasn't warned. I'd rather know what I'm dealing with than to deal with it and not know what I'm up against. Okay? So I can move accordingly. Okay? You know? And I'm not dealing with any woman. All right? I haven't dealt with a woman for years now. Okay? Because I see what it is like out there. All right? I'm waiting for the Lord. If the Lord will, you know, to send a woman my way that is virtuous and righteous, you know, albeit closer to the time where all hell breaks loose, which we currently getting ready to experience, Lord willing. All right. So just wanted to bring that out, that the women that we deal with are nothing but bitches, whores, harlots, and they're under the teaching or guidance of Satan. All right. So that's pretty much gonna be it. We're gonna go ahead and close out. Let's go to 1 Peter chapter 5 and verse 8. This is 1 Peter 5 and 8. It reads what? Be sober. Be vigilant. See? Know who you're dealing with. Know who you're sleeping with. All right? Know these things. When you allow her to come into your sanctuary, your inner peace, just know it ain't going to be the same no more. You willing to give up that? Because that's what you're going to give up when you sleep with Satan. All right? So just be prepared. All right? Unless you've been doing what's asked and required of you by Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and you fully, you know, are remorseful and sorry, and you repented and you continue to repent, no. Just know that Satan is going to show them horns at any time. Okay? Whether it's an argument. See, she waits for the right time to say some shit that's going to provoke you to do some shit that she can get you. That's the whole thing. They hold shit waiting for the right time, at the right moment. Just like in the clip that we seen. She waited all the way. She probably been holding that shit for the longest, just waiting to say some shit like that. See, that's what Satan do, man. That's what happens when you sleep with the enemy. They take in information they're gonna use against you at a later time that's gonna really hit you, man. You got to be okay with all this shit, okay? Or you don't have to be okay with none of that shit and don't even deal with them, man. All right? Just wait for the Lord to send you a woman after his heart in your path, okay? You know, however long that takes, if that ever happens, all right? If that's something that you should be even requiring or acquiring about, all right? If the Lord ain't got a woman in your life, that's because he's allowing you to get this knowledge, this word, this truth before it's taken off of the streets, off the internet. So look at that as a blessing. All right. But nevertheless, be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Watch out for these women, man. Watch out for them. All right? Because if not, you're going to fall into the trap, the snare, all right? That's laid by him. Because she going to get you locked up or whatever, and she going to move on, all right? Watch out for these black widows, all right? So that's pretty much going to be it. We're going to end on that note. With that being said, pray someone was edified through this lesson. And until the next time, if it be the Lord's will, stay strong, stay in the faith. We're almost home. Shalom. Peace.